Karen saw me unloading supplies for my own cabin and decided they belonged to her. She actually called 911 to claim my property, but the truth left her humiliated. It was a bright Saturday morning, and I had just finished a massive supply run for my lake cabin. Coolers of food, fishing gear, and a generator for backup power, all stacked neatly in the back of my truck. I parked by the cabin and started unloading, ready for a weekend of peace. But peace didn't last long. From across the road, Karen, the self-appointed queen of the HOA, stormed over, clipboard in hand. "What do you think you're doing with all that?" she snapped. I raised an eyebrow. "What does it look like? I'm unloading my supplies for the weekend." Karen smirked. "Actually, those supplies belong to the HOA. Bylaw 14 states all resources brought into the community must be shared." I laughed out loud. "First of all, this cabin isn't in your HOA. Second, these are my supplies. I paid for them. End of story." She didn't like that answer. Within minutes, she was on the phone with 911 reporting that I was hoarding and stealing HOA property. The officers showed up quickly, and Karen marched toward them like she was delivering justice. "There he is. He's taking HOA supplies. Arrest him." The officers turned to me. "Sir, can you explain?" Without missing a beat, I pulled out the receipts. Every cooler, every piece of gear, all itemized and purchased in my name. The officers looked over the paperwork, then back at Karen. One even chuckled. "Ma'am, these aren't HOA supplies. They're his. And this cabin isn't under HOA jurisdiction. You just wasted our time." Karen's face went red, but the officer wasn't done. "Filing false reports is a crime. If this continues, you'll face charges." The neighbors who had gathered to watch burst into quiet laughter as Karen stammered excuses before stomping away, defeated. I went back to unloading my truck, but this time with a grin. Karen thought she could claim my supplies with a phone call. Instead, she only exposed her own entitlement. That weekend, as I sat by the lake with a fishing rod in one hand and a cooler full of food beside me, I couldn't help but laugh. Karen tried to steal my supplies, but in the end, the only thing she lost was her credibility.